What is going on YouTube? Hitamac making another brand new Crypto TV episode. Happy Valentine's Day for everybody. Crazy day for us because we do know that the Fed meeting, or the Feds are actually having a closed meeting today in regards to potentially some interesting talk about either Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, or obviously the rate hike. So I do want to talk a little bit about that as that was mentioned from you guys in the comments as of yesterday and 2 days ago in our videos here. So we do have to talk about that. We're also going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500 for those reasons. But the way these markets have been forming is we know that the S&P has been for the past couple of days consolidating inside what appears to be either a descending triangle or a symmetrical triangle. Regardless, we do have confirmation that there is a resistance, a downtrend here with lower highs continuing to pile in. So we do have to talk about the possibilities of maybe seeing prices break bearish, continuing its descent down to bottom support, confirming that we're in a descending triangle, or holding this, breaking up today, closing above, and saying, okay, we've confirmed for the most part a smaller symmetrical triangle on the 4-hour charts. Not only that, we are going to be looking at cryptos which are currently retesting its bottom support here. You can see Ethereum is retesting its bottom support here, as well as Bitcoin retesting not necessarily a bottom support, but an uptrend, to say the least. Now on the 4-hour, you can kind of see that maybe if you want to extend some sort of uptrend here, you can kind of pick one out, but it's really not that accurate, and that's why we don't have one drawn currently. And also the articles that I do want to look at, you can see obviously is posted directly by the Federal Reserve. This is the federalreserve.gov, which is talking about a closed board meeting on today, February 14th. And I'm not sure if we're going to find out what exactly is going to be spoken about. I'm not sure. I would gather, my assumption is that we're not going to know what exactly is going to be talked about today, unless they put out a transcript later on or in a couple of days here. And then we also have to look at the government in sunshine emergency Fed meeting Monday to discuss inflation, which is today, and then how Bitcoin could win from Federal Reserve's closed meeting. So some interesting topics we do have to talk about today. With that all being said, guys, definitely make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So guys, starting things off with the current coin market cap, quick refresh so we can see what exactly is going on. I don't believe we're down 10%. That is a possibility, but I just feel like this ain't working right. But I mean, if we're down 10%, we're down 10%. I just want to check this out here. I guess it's possible, but no, I really don't think we're actually down that much here. Even if I pull this up, let's see if we're continuing to be down 10. Yeah, 10. That's odd. I don't think we fell that much, though, that quickly over the past day. It's very possible, but it just doesn't seem likely. Who knows? Regardless, if this is true, then we're seeing cryptos correct at a pretty substantial rate. I don't think we're down 10% because even the top cryptos are down maybe at most 5% here for Doge, but the other cryptocurrencies are down 2%. So I think average markets are probably 3 to 4%, or at least that's the effect that we're having right now. I'm not sure why it's displaying this currently, but we are slowly consolidating and continuing to descend downwards. Now, the interesting thing that I do want to talk about before diving into the technical analysis is the S&P. And you guys can see there is some sort of symmetrical triangle forming here. There is an uptrend that we do have. We don't have this third confirmation just yet, as we do have two in the past here. We are looking for a third to complete that this is an uptrend here, but we won't know until today, the closing of today, for us to get that real decision here. Now, markets open up in about 2 hours, and then we'll have our answer as to which direction we'll be moving to. And then obviously with the closing, we'll know for sure. But if we can continue to hike off this and see a swing back upwards, we should hopefully see that momentum move into major cryptocurrencies too, and start to see the bounce, because as of right now we are retesting some sort of bottom that we think is a bottom, and so is pretty much the other cryptocurrencies. Ethereum is retesting a bottom, XRP, and some other major cryptos. Now, the thing that we have to look at today is how these meetings are going to affect the price of crypto. So there is a closed board Federal Reserve meeting, which is today, February 14th of 2022. And you can see this anticipated closed meeting of the Board of Governors for the Federal Reserve System is at 11:30 a.m. on Monday, will be held under expedited procedures. So it's an emergency meeting, which is interesting. It's an emergency meeting. And the follow items of official boards are tentatively scheduled, no more information is given. And then you can see here, Government and Sunshine, emergency Fed meeting on Monday to discuss inflation. So it says there's an emergency Fed meeting. Will the Fed hike or make excuses? This is what we're trying to look for here. In this anticipated meeting, we're trying to figure out what could be considered. Now, nobody knows for sure, but it says matters to be considered. Review and determination by the Board of Governors to advance and discount rates to be charged by the Federal Reserve Banks. Now, I'm not sure why they would discount rates even more, but I guess it's a possibility, and we'll find out later on. And this article also talks about what the possibilities are, which you could see in regards to Bitcoin. So going more in depth about it, it says right here, the closed and unplanned meeting, which is interesting, so it wasn't really given out, of the Federal Reserve is expected to take place today. While the official list of discussions only consists of one topic, the Commission could potentially discuss the effects of digital assets or cryptocurrency on today's market. It talks about the unexpected rate hike, so maybe coming earlier than we had anticipated, which we figured would be in March. Could it come earlier in February? The majority of financial analysts have assumed that the urgent closed meeting was set up to increase the key rate after the inflation data appeared. The rate hike was traditionally considered a negative sign for risky assets like crypto, which we also have been discussing here. The rate hike will most likely cause a U.S. debt implosion, which will cause outflow from the bond market. Some of the funds could potentially hit the crypto market and provide additional buying power that Bitcoin drastically needs right now to swing prices up. They also talk about here that another unexpected event that could shake up both of the crypto and traditional markets is the announcement of the Central Bank of Digital Currency, which will more likely positively affect the crypto market, and the recognition of blockchain technology, So really, that's pretty much what we're trying to figure out is, are they going to, and it says the least likely scenario is if the Federal Reserve decides to leave the key rate as it is. The absence of action will more likely cause continuation of slow growth of the market until the actual hike happens. But in the case of a delay, the rate hike will have a more disruptive effect on the market and will more likely cause additional losses. So we'll see. As I do believe that, increasing these rate hikes will inadvertently, and them selling off or tapering down on their balance sheet would ultimately drop the markets, and we have anticipated potential correction in these markets too. So when that does happen, when we start to increase rate hikes and when they start to sell off their bonds, that should indirectly affect crypto and start to see markets dip off, which is why we think this is only a temporary reversal. Though we'll see what exactly happens. We don't know just yet. But in regards to the way these markets are moving currently, you can see diving to the 4-hour, we're getting a better look here. For the most part, we're still in our uptrend here. We're not doing anything too crazy. Just a slight extension would show that we're still pretty much in this uptrend here. It really depends on how we want to, move this. We have to slightly tweak this as nothing is closed for sure here, but we are in an uptrend still, and we are slowly starting to consolidate. There's not necessarily a downtrend here, but markets are consolidating back down. We were overbought just a couple of days ago, and here we are back down to more neutral levels in regards to the relative strength indicator. So really everything is up for grabs. We really have to know by the end of today, are we going to continue the uptrend? Are we going to break through our resistance here, or are we going to scale lower? And really everything comes down to this support right here. Now, jumping to the weekly, you can see finally we managed to close, which is very good, slightly above our uptrend here, which is definitely a good sign. Hopefully it allows us to consolidate and continue to, extend upwards. The last time we broke bullish from this bottom support in purple here, prices on XRP tended to reverse up and see a swing back up. We had actually 3 to 4 weeks of actual bullish movement without a red candle. So we'll see. This is only a couple hours into 7 days. So there's a lot more time left on this weekly candle to actually decide what exactly is going to happen here. And I'd like to think it's going to be more bullish with the bounce off bottom support here. But we are retesting some pretty vital support levels currently. So there's a chance, though, we are in a sticky situation right now, but we managed to close above this uptrend, which is definitely a good sign here. And we are trading inside the moving average. So I do believe in another couple of days, hopefully we'll be able to reverse out of this. That's the ideal scenario that everyone's looking for. And if we see this, we might actually enter back into a trade right now. But for this moment in time, I am just going to wait for some more information, because if we start to trend below here, there's a chance we could still continue to break bearish. Really what we can focus in is the XRP charts on the daily here. And what we're looking at right now is basically us getting, rejected and retested on this moving average here. What ideally XRP needs to do is actually break through this moving average to allow us to extend to the upside here. And if we can confirm closing above these moving averages, that's when I plan on buying in on BitYard here using XRP, clear as day here, and then obviously putting our trade in. So basically what we're looking for is a breach above the 99-day moving average, which you can see is in green on BitYard. So if we can see prices, and I'll draw it out for you guys, like we did in the past here, if we can see prices, let me pull it up, break us through this green band right here, it should allow us to see a big swing to the upside, and we should continue to use it as a means of support. Notice right now we retested it. We have been retesting it the past couple of times here. What we're looking for is for us to break through this, which should hopefully happen soon. If we manage to break through this moving average in green, the 99-day moving average, and start to trend above it, we should be able to use this as a support and hopefully add higher. When that does actually happen, we'll put in a trade on BitYard just like this, and then click buy long, and we'll be leveraging this and making profit off to the upside here. So what we're looking for right now is closure above the 99-day moving average on BitYard to buy in and leverage to the upside. Now, guys, definitely make sure to take advantage of BitYard. I linked them down in the description. They also have free cryptocurrency, which you can claim right here, as well as a demo account for you to check out and free mining. So definitely make sure to check this out. So that's really what we're looking for on XRP. Are we going to hold above this support, start to trend above the moving average and close above the moving average, or are we going to be breaking bearish? As for the other cryptos, it's a very similar movement here. There is an uptrend. You can see on Ethereum there's an uptrend, which we're acting hopefully positively on, and hopefully we can reverse out of this and start to head back up. But you can see there is this ascending fractal creating higher lows and higher highs, and I'm hoping that we've hit the bottom right now, but we'll find out today if we can stay above this and eventually start to scale upwards. That would be the ideal scenario that everyone's looking for, and that I'm looking for specifically. But it comes down to this. If we close below this, there's a chance we're going to fall back down to 2,400, and we'll short this for a small opportunity back down to about $2,400, basically where we started from. It's still possible that that could happen, but it all depends on how we decide to close. Are we going to trend above here, close above like this, or are we going to break through and see the correction? Because either we're going to head back up to retest moving average, or we're going to be falling back down to retest this bottom support. Now, I'm not a mind reader. I don't know which exact direction we're going to move to, and I'm not going to throw my money in with expectations of either a run or a dump just yet. I need the confirmation, because if we start to see a small move like this, then I know the direction we're headed to, and that's when I'll put my trade in so I can, minimize my losses like that and make a less risky trade. That's pretty much where my, mindset and trading ideas come from. And lastly, for Bitcoin, very similar thing. If we break through bottom support here, expect continuation correction, a break in the higher low pattern, or we'll be heading back up to retest moving average. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Definitely make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.